Welcome back. I'm your host, Leslie Cottle, and you are listening to This Empowered Life podcast, the podcast delivering tools, knowledge, and wisdom to empower the soul. On today's episode, we have a very special guest, Deena Gothelf, who will be gifting us with a meditation to connect you with your inner knowing. Get into something cozy and keep on listening. Hello, podcast friends. Super excited to be sharing this podcast with you guys today. So this is my first guest. As you guys know, I am working on getting more guests on the podcast to share their stories, their expertise in spirituality and all things wellness to help you guys on your journeys. Today, I have my friend Deena Gothelf, who I actually met in our compassion teacher training so many years ago. And Deena is a yoga and meditation guide and a Reiki healer, supporting individuals through their life transitions and helping them cultivate inner awareness and embracing change in their life. And she's just the best. And she's going to do a meditation with us today. So Deena, hello.
Hi, Leslie. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so
Thanks for having
excited.
me on.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited, literally, to have you. And we were just chatting before this, and you were telling me so much about the meditation and your inspiration. And I wanted to like capture that on the podcast because it's just so beautiful. And I love the way that your mind works when it comes to creating these meditations. So just wondering if you could share a little bit about that.
Of course. So, in preparing something for you guys today, I started thinking to myself and how I was feeling, and I just couldn't believe that it is almost March 2022, and here we still are in this limbo,
Yeah,
kind of confusing time, and um,
absolutely.
I was listening to one of my mentors speak the other day, and she read us a line from this excerpt from the Song of the Jewel Mirror Samadhi. And the line just really stuck with me, and I want to share it with you. Complications are auspicious. Do not resist them. That's it. And so, listeners, just before I shared that with Leslie, and I also shared that when I first heard it, I was like, auspicious. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, I feel exactly the same way. I like literally had to Google it, guys, too, because auspicious
Yeah,
sounds kind of dark, but it's
yeah,
not a dark word.
no. So per Google, Google University, auspicious is favorable. So then it makes you think complications are favorable. Oh, complications are the lessons. Oh,
Mm,
challenge makes you stronger. Yes. Right. So we grow and learn from these hardships that we have endured. And without them, we wouldn't really need to grow. So
ooh, yeah,
complications are auspicious. And
yes,
um, then that got the wheels turning, right? Into, um, but, but like, but how do we know? How do we know that
mm,
these things are actually favorable? And like, where's the good in
absolutely.
them, right? Where's the
Yeah,
silver lining? And then that led me to another little quote or passage, but this time from one of my favorite poets, Cleo Wade. And um, what I'd like to do is I'd like to read it to you guys before we dive in and
absolutely.
after, and
Ooh,
kind of see how it resonates with you each time.
I love
Sound good?
that. I love that idea. Yes, yes, yes. Oh,
Yay! Okay. Um,
awesome.
okay, and so then in lieu of that intro explanation, the meditation I've prepared for you is all about inner knowing and intuition, or your inner compass. Okay. So,
Yes.
if you're not already, go ahead and sit down, get comfortable, um, allow your gaze to soften, or eyes completely closed, whatever you feel safe with. And just before we dive in, go ahead and shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Breathe in. And with the breath out, let the shoulders roll down the back body. Just a little releasing of tension that may have built up over the course of your day. When moving forward, do not worry about feeling lost. There is a compass inside of you. If you are listening, it will tell you which way to go. So allow your next breath in to draw in and all of the way down. And with the breath out, are you able to release a bit of tension? Anywhere you are gripping, anywhere you are holding on, with every continued exhalation, can you surrender control? And not in the sense of giving up, but in the way of releasing the tightened grip on your perceived reality of what you should be doing or how you should be feeling. And let's allow ourselves this opportunity, this time and space to turn our attention inwards. So our breath will be our guide this afternoon. Every breath in, like a light pouring in and down, filling you, illuminating you from the inside out. And every breath out, an opportunity to soften a bit more. Let's rest in our breathing, allowing the next 3 breaths in to be profoundly restorative. With every exhalation, releasing resistance, and every inhalation, continuing to turn the light inwards. And at any point you become distracted by all that is happening around you, can you acknowledge without judgment? Can you shift your attention inwards to focus, to become aware of all that is happening within you? Try taking one deep breath all the way in and releasing it all the way out. Allowing your breath to become an anchor for you, continually reining your awareness back in anytime you recognize that it has drifted. And this ability to redirect our attention without dwelling in judgment or critique. This is the meditation. Productivity is not our goal, nor is enlightenment. The goal is to sit down, to breathe, to do less by being more, to listen in so that we may return home to ourselves, to reawaken, reignite this lightness or space inside of you. No matter how cluttered or busy your mind may seem, this space, it's always there, holding and illuminating everything. So the goal is to listen in to our body language. It does not speak to us in words or thoughts. Allow your awareness to travel down and in so that it may listen to this inner voice which speaks in feelings, the subtle energetics, the overall tone of this moment. With the understanding that there is not one right way to feel. And as you continue to explore your inner landscape, can you remind yourself that you are alive, a living, breathing, sentient being. Though we breathe to survive, we have to be aware of life in all of its beauty in order to fully be alive. So as we pause from our days, from our going and doing, we allow ourselves to be more human, returning to this knowledge and wisdom from within. It's there, waiting to be remembered. So, can you allow yourself this gift of presence by way of breath? And any moment you become distracted by anything happening around you, can you acknowledge without judging? Can you rein your awareness inwards to all that is happening within you, exploring your inner landscape breath by breath, inquiring within, noticing, feeling, listening, very gently invite your breath to deepen, lengthening every inhale and exhale, inviting yourself to feel this expansion, this fullness, this lightness with every breath in. And with every breath out, as you expel your breath, drawing closer to home, to center, with the duality of our breath, creating more space within to feel, to notice, to listen, increasing our capacity to listen in. Let's close out today by bringing our hands together in front of our heart space, creating a bit of friction between your own two palms. When you feel this heat, this energy begin to build, know that it is just that energy that you are creating between your own two palms. Separate and feel that energy. And then guide your hands over the eyes so the palms cup the eyes and the fingertips along the hairline. Just take our final moment together here, feeling the energy that you've just created draw in. And as you hold your own head in your own hands, a little silent thank you, a reminder from yourself to yourself, I am here and I am listening. You can allow your hands to move down the face, down through your heart, and back onto the thighs. As you're ready, you can allow your eyes to readjust, being back into this time and space. Before saying anything, just take a moment to ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? And once again, when moving forward, do not worry about feeling lost. There is a compass inside of you. If you are listening, it will tell you which way to go. And that's Cleo Wade. Thank you. Thank you, Leslie.
Thank you,
to all of
Deena.
you listening in.
Thank you, Deena. Yummy. That was so, so beautiful. I always love everything you
Oh,
do, and especially your meditations and like how you weave words together to just like create this story.
thank you.
And two of the things that like really stuck out to me, or like my takeaways from this, was
Mhm,
one about how like we take on so much and we have to actually like create space for ourselves by
mhm.
like letting go of things.
Yeah.
And like when we think about everything that's happened the last 2 years with like COVID and quarantine, and it's just a lot of information and new things that are going on that we
Hmm.
didn't used to have to deal with. And like we have that like plus everything else that went on before too. And it's just a good reminder to like almost do spring cleaning of the mind and get rid of the
Mm,
things that don't serve us anymore.
I love that. Yeah.
So I like really loved that part. And there was another part. that I loved that I'm totally blanking on now, but but it's just like I loved all of it. And like, it was the
Oh,
intuition. It was about how there's
oh,
so many ways to listen to
mm,
ourselves. Like we
mm,
have the voice inside of us. We have God, source, universe, whatever, like whatever people believe in, you have that to believe in. I mean, to listen to. You have your body to
right.
listen to, which you really guided us into today. And like, you forget that the body tells us so much and
Yeah,
like tenses up and doesn't tense up. And the body just like gives us a story that needs to be paid attention to
yeah,
just as much as everything else that we need to pay attention to. So I really loved that
yeah,
piece as well.
totally. And in some ways, right, we let our minds take over and we almost
Yes.
become like numb to the sensations of our body.
Yes.
So we just push through because that's life and that's our society. So we do what we think we have to do without feeling. Um, and so it's
Yes.
like kind of like this in a way is kind of like the undoing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Unraveling, the letting go, the
yeah.
unlearning of like behaviors that keep us stuck
Hmm.
in not listening,
Amen.
in forgetting to listen, distract us, right?
Yeah, so many distractions.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. Yay.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone appreciated that as much as I did. That was so good. I didn't even meditate today, so this is my meditation for today.
Oh, I'm so happy that I could share with
Oh
you.
my gosh, I was so lucky. I got a live meditation, guys.
Yes.
Um, so Deena, do you like where can people find you? What are you up to these days?
Yeah. Very simply, Instagram, website, everything is just my first and last name, DeenaGothelf.com, at Deena Gothelf. Um, super, super simple. And I post about all my offerings on Instagram. I host right now a free weekly IG live every Tuesday, 8:30 Eastern. Come
Yes, that's a
join me.
meditation.
Yeah, if you want some more meditation. Um, one really neat thing that I've been working on and that I'm going to be releasing very soon is a 4-week online of live offering that's going to come out this spring that's all about transitions
Mm,
and
mm.
learning how to, right, cycles and transitions, learning how to embrace change and really just cultivate some, awareness around yourself and around your environment, your communities, and transition into this next chapter that I'm so, so hoping for is like a true beyond spring, but maybe this, introduction, this rebirth into what will be
Yeah.
our new normal per se. I don't know, but this I always it's like the yesterday in if you're in Brooklyn or New York, um, I walked outside and it was like 60 degrees, and I know it's the middle of
Yes.
February, but I was like, I live for spring. I just feel like I breathed air for the first time, and I like skipped down the
It
street.
does. Yeah.
It is something so
Yes.
special.
60 degrees in February is really special, as is spring coming out of that
Yes,
terrible winter.
yes,
Oh,
yes, yes.
oh, yes.
Yeah, so I think we still have some more wintry days, which is fine. But yeah, so that offering's coming up. Again, transition into spring and this next new chapter. It will be a compilation of yoga, meditation, Reiki healing, and community support. Um, really beautiful stuff. And
Awesome.
you can find all of that information on my website, deenagothelf.com.
Awesome. And we'll totally link you in the show notes too. So everyone will know where
Awesome.
to find you.
Beautiful.
Okay. Thank you again, Dina. This was so, so
Yes,
good. So, so good. Thank you so much. And to
thank
everyone.
you.
Oh,
Oh,
yes. And to everyone listening, I love you. Thank you so much for listening today, and we'll check in next week. Tune in Tuesdays for more yummy and soulful episodes. If you love what you're hearing and want to support the podcast, please follow and rate the podcast on Spotify and Apple to help new listeners find us. To find out more about my coaching and healing practice, head over to my website, www.lesliecottle.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.